Hello, freak bitches.
Dude, when I was in the back after the fight, right? So again,
I heard about this.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Can we just clear it up now? So many people have been blowing me up. So again, I'm with Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan, Berto, and I'm in the back, and they're saying how good Conor did. I'm like, yeah, great. And, I thought he was going to do even better. I'm surprised, he did well. And Showtime wanted me to go do this post-fight show thing. So I'm going, and I see Nate Diaz, and he's by himself. Like, no one's really by him. He's by himself, and he's on his phone. And I see him, and I think, oh, same fraternity, UFC guys. There's no UFC representatives there, really. There's like Dana, I didn't see him at the fight. I just figured, hey, we're brothers in arms
say hi.
here. Yeah, what's up, man? But I was going towards him because he looked busy. I was going to go towards him, and whether he wanted my help or not, I figured I know a few things about marketing. The next fight for him is Conor. I'm assuming he's there to sell that fight. That should be the next fight, Conor versus Nate Diaz 3, the trilogy. That's the fight. So I was going to go to him because I saw some interviews where he was kind of hating on Conor, and I would have spun it the other way. He should have celebrated Conor and what he did, winning rounds against the best of all time, and saying, look, I beat him up worse than Floyd. Now we're going to do this trilogy. I'm going to end him faster than Floyd did. Like, that should be the sell. I was going to go talk to him about this. So I see him out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh, and they're like, come on, Brendan, we got to go. I'm like, let me just say what's up to this guy. I'm like, yo, Nate, bro, how about that fight, man? You're next. Biggest fight in UFC history, brother. And he starts laughing. He's like, oh, hell no. How fucking stupid do you look now? And I'm like caught off guard. I'm like, what? He's like, how stupid do you look? Talking all this shit. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing right now? What the hell are you doing right now? And he keeps talking. And I go, Nate, he doesn't look that stupid. He won rounds against the best boxer of all time. And then Nate's like, he didn't win rounds. He gave him one round. I'm like, all right, man, either way. So he won rounds though. What are you doing? And he just keeps talking shit. And then he starts like talking about my career. And I'm like, what is going on right now? I go, Nate.
Who's mad at you?
I went, Nate, I have no issues with you. You're pointing your gun at the wrong guy. What are you doing right now? You should be selling this fight against Conor, not me. I'm not the guy. I said, I'm in skinny jeans and Gucci boots, for God's sake. What are you doing right now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like Showtime was like, come on, let's go, boys. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, keep going. I was just embarrassed by the situation. Because he kept talking, like he kept doing this, and this is the part I left out. This is what triggered him. He was talking, I literally couldn't hear him because people were like, Schaub, let's go, because they didn't want a fight. So like, Schaub, let's go, and he keeps talking. And I'm like, Nate, use your words. I can't understand a word you're saying. Use your words.
Oh,
and he probably has that that lisp or whatever. Yeah. That probably set him off. But I have no issues with Nate. There's nothing
that's
there.
When it got ugly?
Yeah. Then he kept talking shit, and I was like, what are you going to do? What are we doing here? And he kept doing this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I was so embarrassed because the Showtime guys were like, oh, my God, who is that guy? I'm like, that's the guy who's supposed to fight Conor next. They fought before, and like, and why does he want to, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? I'm like, it's just, I was so embarrassed, man. I'm like, oh, God.
Now,
I have no issues with him.
Do you think that Conor wants that fight?
I do.
You think that's a good money fight?
I do. I think it's their only fight. I think, I think it's the true winner, because those fights at 70 are toss up. 1-1 is whatever. Neither one should be fighting at 70. At 55, a trilogy fight makes sense for the belt. It'd be the biggest pay-per-view of all time. I think it's the only fight that makes sense. You can't do Khabib. Tony and Kevin Lee, there's just not big enough stars to get Conor to come out.
You can't do Khabib because Khabib hasn't made the weight.
True, and he's not ready to fight. He's just, he's never.
I don't understand that.
So how can you sell Khabib right now? Like, so let's say, just in a perfect world, you want to do Khabib versus Conor, and you go on this world tour trying to build Khabib up. You go to Russia, you go all over. Conor wants to fight him in Russia. Crazy. How do we know he's going to make weight and doesn't pull out? So he's out of the equation right now. He needs to come back, fight someone else. So to me,
he needs to get his body sorted out.
He needs to figure some shit out.
Luke Rockhold was saying that his liver shut down. I read it in an interview. Apologize. I didn't hear him say it.
Yeah.
I read it in an interview. He said that his liver shut down when he was cutting weight for the Michael Johnson fight. And then the next fight after that, he didn't make weight. His body shut down for the Ferguson fight, and they canceled the fight.
I'll tell you what, though, Khabib's not even in the conversation for me anymore. Until he gets his shit together, I'm not even entertaining the idea of him fighting.
He looks thick, too,
I like Kevin Lee.
I
like Kevin Lee. He's the complete package. He's a bad dude, but the thing is, he speaks well. He looks the part.
Talks a lot of shit.
He's great. He dresses well. He has all the makings of your next superstar.
Yeah, and he realizes now, especially in the Conor McGregor era, you got to talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, even Floyd said it best. Like, you just can't win fights. You got to sell yourself.
listen, Kevin Lee is only, I think, 25.
He's young, 25 or 24.
Yeah. Find out he's 24 or 25. Super young, right? Now, remember how brash Conor was when he first got to the UFC. Yeah. Very similar. He's like 26, I believe. Okay, so he's 24. September 4th, he's almost 25. He'll be 25 in a couple of days. He's super talented. Looks better every time you see him. So he's essentially like somewhere around Conor's age when Conor is like a year younger than Conor when Conor first burst on the scene. And Conor was nobody back then. Yep. Nobody knew who he was. I'd seen him on the internet and from fights in England, and I knew he was really talented. I actually went back and forth with him with some tweets before he got to the UFC. Yeah. So there's a few people who knew about him, but it was nothing like what you see now. Nothing, right? Kevin Lee down the road is a 155-pounder who talks a lot of shit. He's a bad motherfucker.
Looks great.
He looks great.
Speaks well.
Built like a brick shit house.
Speaks well.
Speaks well.
African American.
Dresses well.
Check
all the boxes.
Check.
And he can fucking fight. So
that's the biggest thing.
That fight with Conor McGregor down the road, ooh.
You need more time, but I hear you.
Right.
But down the road.
Yeah.
This is my thing for Conor.
But he could do it.
He 100%. To me, Kevin Lee's your next big thing. However, Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson's a tough fight. Tony's so goddamn good. It's a great fight.
And here's another one. Tony Ferguson down the road. Tony Ferguson can talk some shit too. Tony Ferguson is very smooth. Tony Ferguson is very confident, and he's also a weirdo.
He's weird. He has that weird vibe. You get that weird vibe. Phenomenal fighter.
Intense.
Yeah.
He's so intense, but he does like
new classes,
Wing Chun and shit.
Yeah.
And he does all these weird moves where he's like flowing on the ground and rolling around. He does a lot of weird shit. But his endurance is off the charts. He cuts a shitload of weight and does it like a professional.
Mexican descent. You can capitalize on that.
And he wins by knockout, and he also wins by submission.
He's exciting as shit.
Very exciting.
Look at the guys he's beat, too.
Very exciting.
It's a tough test for Kevin.
It's a very tough test. It's a very good fight.
To me, as far as potential superstardom,
those are the guys.
Kevin Lee that's the guy right now, I think.
Yeah, maybe, but if Tony Ferguson becomes the interim champion and starts talking all kinds of crazy shit, his star will rise, man.
Don't get me wrong. There's a difference between rising and then becoming like a straight up superstar.